texting you.
Oh, it is Tuesday. Show Me the Money Club live Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, episode 145. Whoa.
Yeah. Do I have anything planned for 150?
I don't know, but 150 is coming up, which is going to be wild. And then also 3-year anniversary will be popping up real soon too. Can you believe that? Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Okay. We have aged gracefully, in my case.
I know. I lost a little bit of weight, so I'm happy there.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I just started this this special yogurt that I made, and it's supposed to do a lot of gut health and a lot of crazy stuff. And one of the things that they were talking about that people have noticed is that they will have much more vivid dreams. And let me tell you, the dreams that I had last night were absolutely insane. One of them, I was driving through like this ice water. It was wild, but yeah.
Well, I have to figure that out. All right. Yep. Okay, let's get going, bro.
All right, let's get right into the rundown. We got a great show coming up for you today. So we got special guests coming on, Zach Greenberger of Nexar. We also are going to be talking about Uber cleaning house after a push for consumer safety. I think we can take credit for that, as well as several other people out there. But yeah, good stuff to come. Both giving Uber and Lyft real competition in Canada. Uber ditching commissions in favor of subscription model. We're also going to be talking about Lyft extending the EV bonus, but there's a catch. We're also going to be talking about Washington legislators proposing a bill targeting surge pricing caps, and Uber CEO supporting President Trump's no taxes on tips. And then, of course, we're going to go right into the big story, too. DoorDash caught stealing tips and's got to pay drivers $17 million in New York State. We're also going to be talking about Uber with Guns launching in LA. Facts and Funnies. We're going to do our SuperChat shoutouts and QAs. And then we're going to do our driver's corner, where we're going to invite people on. Uber versus Lyft. What app do you prefer? Yesterday's video, I did a little comparison between Uber and Lyft and that. So we're going to kind of continue that conversation and see what you guys have to say. But before we get started, of course, we want to thank today's sponsor, which we do have our guests coming on momentarily, which is Nexar. So one of the things is, it's clear why rideshare drivers like us need dash camera, but that is what a good dash camera for rideshare but what is a good dash cam for rideshare drivers? Well, you got your basic dash cams that record right to a memory card. That's really about it. Then you got a dash camera that's actually built for rideshare drivers like you. Welcome, Nexar. Here's what makes it different. Nexar offers both road-facing and cabin-facing cameras to capture everything that matters. It connects directly to an unlimited cloud through LTE, so every incident automatically uploaded and stored securely with no fiddling, no cables, no memory cards. Plus, whenever you need to save important footage, all you got to do is just clip it and store it in the cloud forever. Perfect for those times when passengers file complaints weeks or even months after a ride. I think we all can speak about that. All of a sudden you wake up, poof, there's a false report going on. What's going on? You look, the date's 4 months ago. What's going on? So that's a real great thing. Then Nexar is consistently evolving with new AI features and updates that help protect rideshare drivers. They actually get what we need because they work directly with drivers like us. Right now, Nexar has a special offer for the Rideshare Guy listeners and viewers, just like you guys. Head over to getnexar.com and enter the code RSGNEXAR, RSG Nexar, and save $10 on your next Nexar dash camera. That's getnexar.com. Remember, code RSGNEXAR. A link is going to be in the description, as well as the code, so you can save that. So if you're a rideshare driver, you probably know you need a dash camera, but don't just get any dash cam. get the dash cam that's actually made for rideshare drivers. And with that said,
the day of the accident, I was in the right lane. When the light changed, the driver to my left decided to make a right turn and crashed into the side of my car. Once the impact took place, the Nexar dash cam automatically saved a clip. There was irrefutable proof that I was not at fault. My name is Walter Hurdle. I live in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York, and I'm an Uber driver and Lyft driver. Because I had the Nexar dash cam, I was able to prove that the other vehicle was 100% at fault, and I was able to get full reimbursement from the insurance company for my repairs. I would recommend any Uber or Lyft driver to get a Nexar dash cam. It makes me feel safer and secure in my vehicle, as there are times when passengers are having a bad day, they're disgruntled. The Nexar dash cam has the ability to record inside and outside the vehicle. One of the beauties is that if there's an incident, it automatically saves the footage to the phone and to the cloud without you manually having to save the footage. The Nexar dash cam is definitely a means by which we can protect ourselves, because a picture says 1,000 words, a video actually says 1,000,000.
All right. And let's bring Zach Greenberger on right now of Nexar. Zach, how you doing?
I'm good, Chris. How are you?
Hey, Zach, how are you?
Hey, Sergio. Good to see you guys.
Welcome to Show Me the Money. We're going to show them the money today. I guarantee you guys. But, I'm actually going to steal what the driver in the promo video said. Picture is worth 1,000 words. Video is worth 1,000,000 words. I never thought about that. I'm definitely going to steal that one now. But welcome to Show Me the Money. We are thrilled to have you here because, on this sponsorship, our goals are completely aligned. We say it all the time on Show Me the Money. Dash cam is a must. If you drive 10 hours, 50 hours, 80 hours, whatever it is you are driving, delivering, it is a must. But we're going to talk all about that. Please introduce yourself and Nexar.
Great. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Super excited to be here. My name is Zach Greenberger. I'm the CEO of Nexar. I've been the CEO of Nexar for about 6 months. I've spent a bunch of time in the rideshare industry, so I feel deeply connected to a bunch of the driver pain points that exist in the market today, and particularly a few that we're really well positioned to help solve. So always been a passion of mine and excited to be here today.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about those pain points. I mean, we are in touch with, on our YouTube channel, at least over 200,000 subscribers. On our newsletter site, another 100,000. So our community is far and wide. I mean, we'll go as far as New Zealand and Europe and Canada and whatever not. And, we do our surveys. I personally talk to thousands and thousands of drivers. And there's 3 pain points, right? Obviously, one is earnings, always has been earnings. And second one is safety. And third, they just kind of switch places once in a while, is unjust deactivations. Because as you know, any passenger can complain about any driver for whatever reason, and the rideshare companies will shoot first, ask questions later. I do understand why they do that, but then we're looking at loss of income. We're looking at all kinds of situations. So that's why I think dash cam is necessary. But I want you to tell us why Nexar hits all those 3 pain points.
Sure. So let me start to your point on what we know. What we know is that over 40% of drivers at one point or another will face a deactivation on the platform. And studies have shown that without the video evidence, it could take anywhere between 14 and 45 days to get reinstated on the platform, which essentially means that you need to have a safety tool to protect your earnings and make sure that there is no sort of downtime that you face when engaging with the app. Now, to your point, Sergio, Lyft and Uber don't want to deactivate anyone. So the point is, how do you equip yourself with the right technology that could easily help solve any issue that might arise? And one of the things we've always focused on as Nexar is how do we create a safety companion that gives you a combination of physical and psychological safety. On the physical side, it's monitoring what's happening in the cabin. It's helping you understand the data. And then on the psychological side, it's a protection methodology against, any event where you may be deactivated. You can easily access the footage, deliver it to the platform where you're facing the deactivation. And we've also seen that you usually see resolution to any issue around 2.5 to 3 times faster than you would if you didn't have a camera at all. So I think those start speaking to a lot of the reasons why we've seen such great adoption. But I think there's way more education to be had, because I think, to your point, when you focus on the second and third areas of pain points, it actually helps create like a way more, well-rounded protection method, in addition to worrying about hourly earnings, which I know is always the number one thing that we're focused on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drive as much as I used to, but I still drive. I get my hands dirty, and I wouldn't think of doing it without a dash cam, period. I mean, I drive 10, 20 hours a week. Okay, if you drive 50 hours a week, you must have it. This is not about a full-time or a part-time driver situation, right? And you could be in period one, you could be waiting for a trip, and something can happen to you. And then we know the coverage is not that great from the rideshare companies, but you have proof right then and there. The sad thing is, so I get literally 1,500 emails a week from all over the place, and unfortunately, maybe 30 of them or so are about deactivations, because these drivers have been deactivated, and mostly unjustly. And they ask me, can you do something? I'm like, I have no special powers. I mean, I do know people at these companies, but I have no special powers. And the first thing out of my mouth to them would be, do you have dash cam footage? Literally 9 out of 10 say no. Why do you think that is? Why do you think the adoption is not there when it comes to dash cam? For me, it's a no-brainer, but why do you think the adoption is not there?
I think it's education. I think there's, what we faced is the whole notion of, well, there are cameras in the car, but it's not easy to access the video footage in the car, right? Or whatever's part of, standardly equipped in your vehicle. And I also think there's just a ton of options in the market, which make choosing a dash cam very confusing. So one of the reasons that I was so excited to join Nexar is because of this whole notion of the connected dash cam, right? Older dash cams that only have remote memory or only require an SD card. These are the ones that you can buy for super cheap on Amazon. And again, having something is better than having nothing, but you do sacrifice a lot of functionality. With a camera that's not connected, you're only 25% likely to actually find the footage of the issue that you might be facing with, the platform. And when you have a connected camera or a Nexar camera, we offer, an AI-powered dash cam that is directly connected to the app, enables you to have easy access to all your video data. We provide remote video streaming, unlimited cloud storage, real-time emergency alerts, and a parking mode that captures video if someone gets close to your vehicle or tries to vandalize it. So the way we look at it is that it's actually like quite a reasonably priced insurance policy to make sure that you can stay on the platform always and keep earning to the level of your expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing with me is when I do ask this and I hear no, I do understand it's a cost of doing business. I mean, we're running a small business here, right? And it's, number one, is tax deductible. Okay. Number two, those older dash cams, or some of the cheap ones, let's say, right, they don't work when you actually really, really need it. Then I go like, okay, where's the footage? I go, oh, I forgot to do this. I forgot to do that. With this one, there's no problem. It uploads to the cloud. And to me, the dash cam is also a deterrent for the rider, right? If somebody has, nefarious ideas, they're getting in your car. I mean, it happens. Look, millions of trips are happening every hour. And if somebody has a bad idea, what do you think they're going to do first, right? They're going to grab the dash cam, try to get rid of the evidence, not knowing that their face is plastered all over the cloud already. So let's talk about a little bit more about that component of Nexar. How difficult it is to install, and how, all these things that drivers would like to know before they do a purchase. Yeah.
So what I love about Nexar is, over the past 10 years is how long the company's been around. They've seen a really incredible evolution from sort of your, local dash cam that has an SD card, all the way to the evolution of the connected camera that continues to, introduce new features and functionality that provides real value to drivers. Our goal, and what we talk about internally, is we want to more or less be your safety companion, right? And part of that comes with, one, having an affordable price that allows you to get this camera in a way where you can use it. And to your point, Sergio, it is tax deductible. And the second is super easy installation. So, I wouldn't consider myself necessarily technically savvy, but even I could install a Nexar connected camera in under 10 minutes. And that's one of the things that we do pretty rigorous testing on as we launch new models. So I would say that, alongside the easy installation, it all becomes about how easy is it to access the footage that's actually being captured. And the more easy that we can make that, the easier it is to protect yourself if you're ever facing an incident, whether it's outside the vehicle, inside the vehicle, or with the platform.
Yeah. Did we talk about Nexar's, a couple of additional points where obviously we saw it in the promo video that when you do get in a crash, it detects it automatically, sends some messages and keeps the video. But there is like when you're parked, I guess there is some sort of thing that happens. So let's talk a little bit about those things.
Yeah, so we do have a parking mode that captures video if someone gets close or tries to vandalize the vehicle. And to your point, we also send immediate push notifications. So there's a few reasons we do this. One is to give you overall, this psychological safety that I keep referencing because of its importance and the technology. We have the capability to do it through the camera. So sending you the push notification gives you sort of the comfort level that immediately if there's someone around or there's going to be an issue. The other thing I would say is we found this offering to be increasingly popular for parents. So parents equipping their child who just got a vehicle, they're learning how to drive. It's a very easy way to sort of manage your whole family that provides like a level of safety and comfort that you're immediately notified if a family member has an incident or something of that nature. Now, when I look forward over the course of the next 6 months, one of the things that I'm hyper focused on is how do we continue to introduce new features. So we didn't cover this, but a connected camera requires an LTE subscription. It requires cloud storage. So while there is a very affordable cost for the camera, there's also a subscription fee of $9.99 a month. And our goal with that is not only to provide you with the comfort and ease of being able to access the video, but also incremental features that continue to deliver you more value. So, a good example is in the near term, we'll be launching Sentry Mode, which is sort of a play on parking mode, but gives you even more comfort that you have full 360 eyes around the vehicle whenever someone is getting near, or there might be some sort of, vandalism, theft attempt, or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is, Uber's case, for example, they have introduced on the driver's own phone through the app, supposedly encrypted, you can record trips, voice or video. I don't think it holds a candle, to a dash cam footage, because most of these phones with the inward facing cameras, your phone could be 2-3 years old. It may not be as good as, a dash cam. So I don't think that's a replacement. I don't think it does any good whatsoever. The other thing is, when it comes to the cost of it, a lot of people, probably don't get it because they think the cost is prohibitive. I mean, if you're a full-time driver, if you're doing 100, 150 trips a week, just figure it out that way, because I like annualizing things. I have a finance idea, mind. I'm like, if you do 150 trips a day, you're going to pay $150 for a camera. You're amortizing that thing by just $1 a trip in the first month. I mean, the first week. Just, because cost should not be the factor for people not to get a dash cam. That's what I'm thinking. And let's talk a little bit about the cost. And I obviously know what types of cameras you offer, but you have various versions of cameras. And let's specifically talk about each one, for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, happy to. So I think for this audience, I think there's two core camera offerings that should be of interest. One is for the rideshare driver or the delivery driver. If you're toggling back and forth or you're exclusively with rideshare, you want the Nexar Beam 2. It's $249 and it has external and interior facing cameras. And it provides all of the offerings that I've been sharing throughout our talk: LTE connectivity, live GPS tracking, remote live streaming, real-time parking, 2K resolution, video quality, emergency notifications, etc. So super high quality camera that also gives you, and one thing that I think is important to note is that you also have the ability to immediately send this footage or a collision report to your insurance company to the extent that there ever is an issue. So you're not only talking about protecting yourself on the platform, but also a real ease of managing any claim or discrepancy that might happen with the insurance company after there's a problem. So that's another big component that I think is important. If you are exclusively a delivery driver, we just launched a new camera called Nexar Beam 2 Mini that is currently at $129.95, which is both are running on a promo now, in addition to the Rideshare Guy code that was shared a bit earlier. But the only difference with that camera is it's a little smaller and it only faces exterior. So this is more for the driver that just generally isn't comfortable having someone in their car, and most of their work is happening on a delivery platform.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, there was a question, because I'm saving some questions with chat flying, and I'm trying to pay attention to the questions that may be relevant to this conversation. And there are some, so Chris will pick those out. But there was a question about if does Nexar offer, cameras for delivery people, and you just answered that question without being asked. So I did look at the website. Obviously, everything has a promo, as we said. RSG, promo code is in the show notes. I am really looking forward to this relationship, just for the fact that I think it's a necessity. I think it's for your safety and for your peace of mind. But more importantly, look, I know a lot of people at the rideshare companies. Okay, and I pound them when they needed to, but when they do good things, I talk about good things that they do. However, in this country we have a saying, okay, innocent until proven guilty, right? In the rideshare driver world, it seems like it's completely the other way around. It's like, I have to prove my innocence to you because some person got in my car and maybe not having a good day and said I was under the influence, or I was a racist, or I was rude. So these things happen more often than the companies admit, Zach. Trust me, it does, right? So I think just to, we're not going to look, not every driver is good. Okay. There are some bad apples in the driver community, and there are some bad apples in the rider community, but riders outnumber drivers like 50-1 or whatever it is. And, you're going to eventually get kicked off the platform for one reason or another. We have a few more minutes. So we hit on all the major points, but there are some questions that, if you're comfortable answering, we'll put them up. So, I have a Nexar camera. I would like to exchange them for a new one. Is it possible?
We don't currently have an exchange program, but depending on the type of model, it may be possible. So I would ask to maybe reach out to Sergio, and we can forward that along and see if there's a way to do so.
You can do that? Okay. Well, he just answered that one with the Nexar Mini.
Not a specific body cam.
Yeah, well, but we had a couple more. Okay, that's a good question. Well, I guess that happens with every camera. What happens to the video if you're in a dead zone for cellular?
Oh, it's a great question. So actually what happens to the video if you're in a dead cell is it's stored remotely on the camera. And then once you come out of that dead zone, it will upload. So we've really tried to cover any issue that might arise when you're a Nexar Connect holder. It will either upload instantaneously to the extent there's an issue, or as soon as you get home on a Wi-Fi network, or right when you get out of the dead zone.
Man, questions are flying, Zach. You're going to be here for a while.
So Nexar, okay, great question as well. So you have access to all of your video data. We will proactively record video to the cloud if there's an incident, so you can easily pull it. But let's say you are driving and you see a beautiful rainbow. You can easily go into the Nexar app and capture that site, so you can use it for whichever purposes that you would like.
Okay, next one. I'm not joking. There's like 5 more coming up. No, but this is great. You know what? Because they're engaged, like you're here. I mean, who better to answer these questions than you? So
I can answer this one. So what resolution is saved? And so, okay, so this depends on the camera. Right now, our connected cameras are 2K resolution. We do have some upcoming programs that will improve this to 4K resolution. And there is no cost associated with cloud storage. It's all included in the purchase of your camera and your subscription fee. So you can drive as many miles as you would like. We will not charge you on a per video basis.
There you go. There's a couple more, and then we'll finish it.
So Beam 2 Mini, I would say, is the most economical model. It is a connected camera right now after discount. And let's add the rideshare guide discount. It would be $119.95 with a $9.95 subscription.
That's like 4 people going to McDonald's, people. Seriously. I mean, these days,
yeah.
right? I mean, seriously, or 5 guys, whatever. Well, there you go. You got a customer right there already. So So, I mean, I don't think we forgot anything, but if we did, please, you have the floor. I think it's a must. So I can say that until I'm blue in the face, but then each individual has to make their own decision, right? They're all adults. We can tell them to do something, it's up to them to do it or not, to follow it. We're not here to, we're here to inform and educate. And for me, it is the number one tool you need to have besides gas in your car. That's about it. So, go ahead and I'll give you the floor and finish us off.
Sure. Well, I would just say thank you to everyone who tuned in. It is a must to have a dash cam, whether it's an XR camera or not. You will thank yourself later for any issues that might come up or the safety that you feel after having any sort of incident. I am biased towards Nexar cameras because I think we've spent a lot of time and energy on creating the right tools for this community specifically. But wouldn't hold out, would go invest in it now and just create that own feeling of real safety for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're really thrilled about this partnership, and I think, reputable company. I mean, you're hearing from the CEO. How many CEOs show up, right? So, well, actually, I think you're my 13th or 14th CEO on Show Me the Money, but we're thrilled to have you here. We're thrilled to have you as a sponsor, obviously. There will be some questions because look, I've become Uber Lyft support pro bono for sure. So now I'm just going to add Nexar to it because I'm sure I'm going to get a whole bunch of emails, but then I'll just send them to you. So
you got it. Always.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. We'll see you around.
All right, guys. Take care. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Nick.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So yes, XR, great camera with the LTE, so cloud storage. And one of the things I was thinking about too, with the amount of emails that you get, Sergio, hey, can you help me? Can you help me? I've gotten a few of those too, and it's like CC'd on it as well.
Yeah.
And
I forward them to you now because I go look at this one.
Yeah, that it's very interesting because you say 9 out of 10 people do not have a dash camera. That's 90% of drivers. There's 6 million drivers in the world, or 7 million right now, according to Uber in the latest earnings. So we got to change that. I want to see something like 5 out of 10. Just to start, just to start. You guys need a dash camera. There's no ifs, ands about it. You just need one because, as that video had said, a picture's worth 1,000, but a video is worth 1,000,000.
I love that. I'm stealing that for sure. I love that saying. I love that. And so here it is. Okay. If it's 1 out of 10 that has a dash cam, we have, okay, let's check the US and Canada. There's 4 million-ish drivers between Uber and Lyft, right? 1 out of 10 have it. If you go to 2 out of 10, that's double, right? I mean, honestly, I don't know why anybody, and I did just check the pricing actually. On the top model, it's like $100 off. On the second mid-level model, it's like $90 off. On the starter model, it's not a starter model. I mean, they're just all good cameras. It's just like $70, $129 after the $10 discount, $119. What are you going to get for $119? I don't know, but yeah, it's a must, and I'm really, really excited about this relationship. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. Any last things when it comes to making sure people get some sort of dash camera to help them?
Yeah, anything. I mean, look, there's competitors out there, we know, right? And we happen to be with Nexar at the moment, and it's your own choice, but have one. That's the bottom line. Yeah, I mean, just not some junk you buy at Temu or Tamu or whatever the heck it is for like $8.99 or something. You know what I mean? That's something.
Yeah, you get it, and then it's a little plastic toy.
Yeah, exactly. None of the shit. So I'm like, yeah. I mean, to me, it's like, yeah, it's a must anyway.
Yep. All right. Well, let's go into our quick announcements. If you wouldn't mind kindly liking and sharing the show, it can help reach more drivers. We do appreciate that. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can become a member. Join by hitting the join button. Also, if you speak Spanish or know somebody who does, RSG is in Espanol. So you can go check that out in the RSG en Espanol channel, which is doing pretty well there. So a lot of people are being able to be helped on that side if they speak, Spanish or primarily Spanish. So that's great. And then also, if you want more in-depth content from RSG, make sure you sign up for the free RSG newsletter. A lot of good things going on in there. A lot of good articles coming out that I've been seeing come through my email. So yeah, make sure you sign up for that on there. And then Sergio, behind the wheel.
Yes. So this morning, I think she's here. Crystal. I'm pretty sure she's here. So I interviewed her this morning, and she saw this and got in touch with me, and very impressed. Very impressive. Is that coming out on Thursday? Is that coming out, right?
Crystals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Crystal, you're on Thursday. So please check it out. Look, it's as simple as that. You get in touch with me, you go, I want to share my story with the audience. Come on down. No restrictions. We hop on a Zoom call, record it for 20, 30 minutes. Nice, easy conversation. No restrictions, no muzzle, no nothing. You say whatever you want to say. You want to complain? You complain. We'd like to keep it more balanced. Crystal, amazing job she did. And you guys, please check it out. Thursday morning, it drops at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. And so if you're interested, email me, Sergio at therideshareguy.com, and I'll get in touch with you, and we'll hop on and we'll record. We don't edit. We just pop it out there. You could be a veteran. You could be a newbie. You could be cherry picker. You could be an ant. You could be whatever. Whatever you want to talk about. As long as it's about rideshare, we'll do it. And then we'll share it with the audience, called Behind the Wheel. And it's been very, very popular. So there you go.
Yep. A lot of good ones recently. Definitely a lot of good ones. So make sure you check it out. Even check out some of the older ones.
Since we started putting this thing up, I don't have to chase people down anymore. They're coming to me now. So
nice.
That's the good part.
You know what? That's the whole thing. Everybody's got a story. And it's just a matter of, if you want to share your story and it can resonate with other people. There's always good nuggets within each interview on, different ways of doing it, or, something that you might not have thought of. We may have said it, but somebody else says it a little bit differently and it makes sense to them. So there's a lot of good reasons for it. And I think it's a pretty cool series. So I'm glad that's really doing well.
It's doing great. Yeah. So check out Crystal's Thursday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern.
All right. So first off, Sergio, I gotta ask you something. I get a GigTube podcast, Chad.
Yes.
Well, he sent me what was it? A thing a couple of weeks ago on Surge for Orlando. He's like, dude, what's going on? You hear something? I'm like, so I gave him a couple of things that it could potentially be. And then I'm seeing more and more people, whether it's on Facebook or our chat right now, talking, things are busier. There's more surge going on. What the hell's going on? I'm making more money. What's going on?
Balance. It's called Balance Marketplace, sir. That's what it's called.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know what? There's some good things. You know how we were talking for about 2 years, where it's like, look, there's definitely a driver surplus and things are, kind of tough out there, but there's always ebbs and flows to the river. And, there could be some time at any time, who knows, when things are going to go from surplus to balanced to even a deficit, which is a possibility. We could look at that. We saw a huge deficit coming off of COVID. So, there's the possibility for that coming back. So for anybody out there, put in the chat, what are you seeing in your market? Are you seeing more? Are you seeing more surge? Are you making more money? Are you seeing more rides per time that you're out? Overall weekly earnings. What are you seeing? Let us know in the comments.
I mean, yeah, please tell us that, because I am seeing there's definite morning surges back in LA. I'm seeing morning rush hour surge that had nothing but gray clouds. The other thing I'm seeing is, on my own personal experience, is I'm getting more Uber Eats orders. When I was out there, before, maybe 6-8 months ago, it'd be like crickets, bro. I'd be like, plus I'm going to decline 8 out of 10 anyway, because they're trash, right? I'd be just sitting there, do like one order every 2 hours, cherry picking the crap out of it. But now I'm seeing more orders that I can reject mostly, but still, the more you get, obviously you're going to pick 1 or 2 every hour and stay busy. So there's a reason for that. I mean, I want to give a shout out to a few people for this topic, which is one is Luis Berti from Delivery TV. Another one is Steve Rideshare Rodeo, which, paid attention to this story. And, a few people who along the way helped us get this out. And this is mainstream news now. How many times, Chris, on the show, I said I ordered food. Some lady was supposed to bring my food and some dude brought my food. How many times? I've proven it. I've taken pictures. We've shown the pictures of the dude with a car.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I have a video coming out on my channel very soon. I'm finishing up the editing on that. And I sit down with two people. Actually, you both know them, Luis and Steve. And it goes over the same type of thing. It's a fake account, but it's a woman who's supposed to deliver, and it's a kid who actually delivers the food.
There you go. Yeah. So, some of this stuff may have to do with the new Trump administration. Okay. I have no doubt that it has some sort of, relationship between what's happening with ICE and, illegal immigrants. But this was on Twitter. I caught it. And, they have no idea. No shit. They have no idea. An alarming Uber Eats delivery switch up has left the internet worried about their safety. Finally, after 2 years now we've been talking about this? At least a year and a half anyway. Finally, mainstream media is paying attention. So when mainstream media pays attention, customers, that means, are paying attention. Consumer is paying attention. And when the consumer is paying attention, who pays attention? The companies are paying attention now. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with DoorDash, a lot tighter verification, and this is amazing. This is lovely. We will take some of the credit for this without a question, right? We've been talking about this. We've done Behind the Wheel. We've done all kinds of stories about this, and finally, it's hitting mainstream media. And when the consumer is getting, pissed off about these things, okay, that means Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and Grubhub and all the other ones are going to start paying attention, because that's the golden goose that lays the golden egg. You don't want to kill the golden goose. So this story ran in MSN. I saw another tweet. That was a tweet from this gentleman. He goes, "A lady is supposed to bring my food. Look at this dude." I'm like, yeah, that happened to me. I ordered Uber Eats 10 times, 7 times. Some other person brought the food other than the person that was supposed to bring the food. That's a lot. That's me, just me, 7 out of 10. That's a lot. So for consumer safety, I wrote articles. I tweeted it out. I go, do you know who's bringing your groceries? Do you know who's picking you up at the bar at 3 a.m? Do you know who's taking you the food? You don't know. And sure enough, this gentleman kept tweeting and said, supposedly, by the way, Chris, in the tweet, he says he did call Uber support, and Uber support said, sometimes it happens that, the orders could be given to, like, husband and wife could be delivering and stuff. No. That's not in the TOS, Uber. Not in the TOS. Read your own TOS and tell your black hole support that that's not factual. And this other story ran simultaneously with the MSN story, right? And so on this one, it says Stevens was further perturbed when Uber Eats reached out to him and stated they are allowing delivery drivers to appoint substitutes to make delivery for them. No, Uber. That's not in the TOS, Uber. Read your own TOS before you blurt some shit over there. So thousands of illegal immigrants banned from Uber Eats after company starts crackdown. Hallelujah. Look, man, we want everybody to make a living. I'm not against that. However, if you go and buy an account, and we talked about that, Priscilla, the queen of Uber, remember a few months ago how many fake accounts she was creating? It was 10,000 accounts or some ridiculous thing, right? It's easily done. These are tech companies. Finally, with the combination of, right, the raids that are happening everywhere, by ICE, on the illegal immigrants, and now Uber Eats is getting serious because the consumer knows about it. So, and today, out of all days, this morning, actually not even this morning, like 2 hours.
I wonder why Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah, I get always on Tuesday. You know how that works, right? So I get this in my own app to help keep our platform safe and to prevent fraud. Uber will be re-verifying your ID document and profile picture that you submitted during onboarding. This is from me. In addition to reconfirming that your ID document is valid, we will use facial recognition to compare your profile photo with the photo on your ID document to double check that they match. If your information is confirmed, you won't have to be required anything else. I turned my Uber app on after that. On the bottom, it says, please resolve this before you log on. It said, take a picture. Click, I'm online. This is amazing. This is good. It's happening. Now, maybe we'll have more balanced markets. Dynamic pricing will work the way it's supposed to work, meaning surge will happen. Drivers will make a little bit more. And yeah, I'm very happy about this. Very happy.
Yeah, it's good to see that. But I think it's going beyond just Uber Eats, because clearly, it's actually hitting rideshare as well, because more people are seeing surge. More people are talking about how it has actually been busier, how surge is actually popping up. And, we highlighted the one with $57 or something of surge in Miami last week. And then Chad was talking about how Orlando is surging, and other markets are surging. Chat's talking about it. So yeah, things are starting to look a little bit better. That doesn't mean that it's going to be complete change out what it was, especially in your market. It could, maybe not. But we are starting to see the tide turn, it looks like. So it looks like there is going to start being that balance happening again. And hopefully this will be one of those times where good times, what's the saying? High tide raises all boats.
Yep. Well, I follow the, my channel checks are pretty tight. I'm getting emails from drivers, specifically from border states, California, Texas, Florida. Surge is back. They're seeing surge when they're supposed to see surge. You know what I'm saying? And those are the states with the highest problems when it comes to illegal accounts, fake accounts, rented accounts, all these types of things, right? Hey, man, I'm all for verifying every 2 hours. I'm all right. You know what I mean?
I mean, that might get a little annoying to a lot of people pretty quick.
But look, man, if it's
I
all
get behind it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Look, if and they mostly do it at the most inopportune time. I know how the apps are, right? You'd be doing something, grab a surge chip, maybe a sticky surge, and they'll say verify, and you lose the surge. I get that. But what's happening is that it's balancing the market some more. And finally, maybe we'll stop saying that dreaded word, oversaturation. You know what I mean? Maybe we won't have to say
what
that
I'd love to start saying?
Undersaturation.
Because you know what that means? We could start highlighting again, some of the bonuses that they were sending out, $720 bonuses for 100 rides. Those types of things hopefully will come back at some point, and start getting a little more lucrative as they're trying to pull people back onto the platform or get people onto the platform a little bit longer or something like that.
I'm happy.
But all I know is I might have to Uber Eats some Tim Hortons so I can drink my coffee and eat my donut. So we're going to be talking about Bolt in Canada. Canada.
Canada. Yeah. So Bolt is pretty big,
they're coming to Canada, and they're going to be putting a little competition over onto Uber and Lyft.
Yeah,
What do you think there?
Bolt is a European company, established in Europe anyway. Yep. But they're coming to Canada, so you guys have more choice as far as rideshare is concerned. You're going to say, well, what's the difference? They all suck. Somebody will say that, I'm pretty sure, in the chat. That's why I'm not looking at the chat now. You know what I mean? So,
well, you know what? Here's the thing. When you have more competition, you get more people who are saying, oh, you know what? This one's going to be paying a little bit better. I'm going to go on this platform. This one's, a little bit cheaper on the passenger. I'm going to use this platform, because we see passengers doing that all the time now. They're opening up Uber as default, then they're going to Lyft as secondary, and they're pricing the trip. Whichever is cheaper is the one they're going with, because prices are pretty much at the consumer maximum right now. And so you can play with that a little bit. But with more competition, that means there's more drive to lower rates for passengers and raise rates for drivers. So if a driver is driving on, say, Bolt at 10% more earnings or 20% more earnings, that driver is going to be more apt to turn that app on or take more precedent. So let's say they're sitting around waiting for rides to come in. They're going to probably be on Bolt more or trying for that more. So yeah, when there's more competition, consumers and drivers could potentially win on that.
Yeah, no question. And I wouldn't be surprised. Bolt, they're next door now, right? Make a foray into the U.S. at some point. So they're going to go into Toronto, Ontario, Mississauga, Markham, Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and so for all our Canadian audience, let us know. Let us know how the onboarding is. Let us know how the earnings are, because we know we have a decent audience in Canada. Sergio at therideshareguy.com. If you do sign on, give us the process. Tell us how it's doing. In fact, if you want to come on behind the wheel, come on behind the wheel. Look, man, more choices for the driver and more choices for the rider is always a good thing, right? Yep. Because if you get deactivated or something happens, right? Well, if you don't have a dash cam, which we probably don't, so you'll have another choice to earn a living with. And there you go. They're coming.
Did they give any update on to when they're actually going to be launching?
They said by the end of first quarter.
Oh, so next month.
Yeah, shortly. But Bolt is pretty big. I think they're in 46 countries already. Yeah, I think so. If you want to put that back up, I'll just confirm it. I think it was something like that. But they're not a small fry. They're not a small fry company. They're a pretty big company.
Yeah, they do ride hail, food delivery, and scooter rentals in more than 45 countries. So
okay, there you go.
They're in Europe, Africa, Asia, and Latin America. So now it looks like they're coming to North America.
Yep. So more competition is a good thing. And welcome Bolt.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I enjoy seeing multiples. All right, with that being said, let's move on to our next topic, talking about Uber ditching commissions in favor of subscription model. What could this mean, Sergio?
This is going to mean actually interesting. So this doesn't apply to rideshare. However, this applies to India, and Uber is abandoning the usual commission model on auto rickshaws. Okay, now you guys are going to say, what does this have to do with us? We're rideshare drivers. Hold your horses for a second. This model, Chris, I believe, is the future of rideshare. So these drivers in India, okay, the rickshaws, the three-wheelers and things like that, right? They used to pay a commission up to 20-30%, just like rideshare commission to Uber, okay? Then these two companies showed up. One is Namayatri, which I have spoken actually to the second in command at Namayatri, okay? They're like a crowdsourced funding, just like, okay, so you could basically pay as you go. Like, you want to work today? This is the perfect SaaS, service as a software platform now. Meaning, I want to drive Uber today. Okay, I'll pay Uber $1.99 today. I'll pay Uber 99 cents today to be allowed to use their platform. And at the end of the day, that license is done. But whatever I make, and Uber is not involved whatsoever. They'll match me with a rider. They will not suggest pricing. They will not suggest, there is no algo for the buyer, algo for the driver, none of that stuff. And this looks to me like the future. And this would be awesome if we could apply this to rideshare in the United States. Because Uber says what? Look, Uber says what? Uber says, the driver is my customer. The rider is the driver's customer. Well, why don't I borrow or buy a daily license or a monthly license as a subscription, as a software service, SaaS, and get on your platform, deal with my own customers as I choose. You match us up, and then we take over from there, and we pay you a licensing fee to use your platform, to use your software. And that's what Uber, after having their ass handed to them in India, There is Rapido, and there is Namayatri. Rapido is growing so fast. Uber goes, hold on a second. We're not getting any trips. Oh, you know why? Because Rapido is charging 49 cents to a rickshaw driver in India to do all the trips they want, as opposed to you, Uber, collecting 20 to 30% off the top like you do with rideshare. I think there's something here. This is going to be interesting to follow.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have my reservations on it, but I need to see a little bit more first before I can, fully discuss anything there, because I just need to have a little bit more information on it.
Yeah, well, I like the model. I like, because that is exactly what the terms of service says every time.
Yeah.
You are my customer. The customer is your customer. Cool. Then let me use your platform. Why are you charging me 50% of the fare to use your platform? You're just a software company. Now I'm admitting that they're a technology company, and I'm renting their platform for the day, for the week, for the month, whatever it is. There you go. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, if it worked out that way, but the problem is, what about insurance? That's going to be a huge thing. Are you going to have to carry your own commercial insurance then at that point?
Well, one at a time.
Or is this going to be on? No, it's not one at a time. That has to be figured out before that could even be offered.
Well, no, but there are other companies, as we know, which I'm not completely affiliated, but we talked about that before. Company like Y-Ride, company like Rides, company like InDrive, right? So they're the subscription model. You pay, they provide you the commercial insurance. Subscription, I think, is going to be one way or another in this Indian format, as a service, as a software.
Yeah, but do you see it being
model
on the driver's side, or do you see it being on the passenger side? I mean, they already have a subscription with
I
Uber
have it on
One.
the passenger side, Uber One and whatever that is. But I'm talking on the driver's side, that the driver pays a subscription, gets to keep all the fare. And the company provides you with commercial insurance. Build your own business.
I think the nice thing would be is if you could also set your own fare too.
They're doing that. They have cash chips in India. They have all kinds of different things. But what I'm saying is that I think this subscription model, I think it's a valid idea. And and then you're like, as a driver, you can build your own business. Go get your own customers. Have a repeat customer. Do whatever you need to do. I think.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, like if you want to do your own private clientele and you want to do it like through the app or something like that, if they're providing insurance, that's one thing.
Exactly.
I always thought that they should be able to do that, where you could just link a code or scan a QR code and it could automatically match you. So if you're driving around, say, the downtown area and you don't have a ride yet, and you want to pick up somebody, you have that option where they have the app, you have the app, and all you got to do is just use a code or a QR code or whatever it might be. And then that way, all you got to do is enter that information, and then, the ride happens. You're able to do that.
No, somebody else. I mean, there's Hum. I know, Roxy is a huge fan of Hum in Arizona, but they're only like Arizona and Idaho, I think. There's companies popping out. Subscription model. I like the subscription model because you get out of my business, sir. Okay. You provide me with the commercial insurance expenses. You're charging that to the rider anyway. I'll pay you a subscription a month, and I'm using your platform. Sir, software as a service, perfect as it is. So Uber is going like, okay, shit, we might as well. This is also happening in Brazil, by the way. Uber's been doing this in Brazil, subscription model, for a while. Maybe one day it'll happen in the US. I doubt it for a while, because US is such a profitable market for Uber. Because now you're just making money off of subscription, as opposed to hocus pocusing both sides of the marketplace and charge as much as you can and pay as little as you can. So their margins may be under attack that way. So we'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll keep you posted as things do happen. But or if there's any new announcements somewhere else in the world besides India and Brazil. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Lyft.
So Jeff says, Sergio, I'm getting my rickshaw out. Where should I live in India? I don't know, Jeff. It's up to you, buddy. I mean, if you like Indian food, I don't know.
Decent sized country. All right, with that being said, let's move on. We're going to be talking about Lyft extending the EV bonus with a catch.
Yeah, it's from Lelius. So I did not read the whole thing. It's my fault. Because he goes,
GDLR, right?
he tweeted it, but then I got emails from Chicago drivers, Atlanta drivers. They're freaking out. They have
Yep.
Teslas. They go, did Lyft stop the
Chat
EV bonus?
has already been talking about it too.
Yeah.
So
it looks like from this one, so Lelius, who's a good friend of the show and who was part of the MPU project, he's quite active on Twitter. I don't know if he's here today or not, but so he tweeted it and he, put a box on it, pink box, because it depends on Lyft. So it says $100 bonus for 50 rides every week from December 30th until February 24th. Well, today is the 25th. Then I got emails from Chicago and Atlanta drivers. He goes, what happened to my EV bonus? I go, I don't know. Did they stop it? And then the California drivers are getting this now. And then I figured it out. The California EV Ride Challenge is being offered at the discretion of Lyft. And Lyft has the right to terminate the challenge in whole or part, or to change any aspect of the challenge. So now it seems like it's a week-to-week situation. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, you're not going to get it. So there's always a catch with these companies. So it's not a guarantee that you're going to get it every week, but you may get it.
How many times have we said, though, make sure you pay attention to these things because they're probably going to go away. Yep. This one is likely to do the same, which guess what? It did, or is about to, or is on the teetering point of going away. So the simple reality is, hopefully you didn't buy an EV just to try to get extra money out of the EV bonus or anything like that, because they completely changed it. It used to be $1 extra per ride over on Uber with, I don't think there was a maximum, or it was $4,000 that was a maximum, or the 4,000 came in after. I don't remember, because it was like so quick when they did that. So I don't remember if like the first initial was just $1 a ride no matter what, and then it had the max cap of 4,000. That was the first threshold. Then it changed to give 100 rides for $210 bonus. Or no, then it went to quarter.
Yeah.
Sorry, forgot the quarter part. So you could only get 1,000 rides for $1,000 per quarter. So if you gave more than that, too bad, so sad. And then it went to the $200 or the $210 for 100 rides. Lyft was kind of in a different way from that. But yeah,
now on Uber is 200 trips. On Uber now is 200 rides in 30 days for $210. The latest change that happened. And when it was $1, as you know, we caught them shaving. You know what I mean? And we got
they did the dollar before. I mean, the dollar started before upfront fares. Upfront fares started slightly after. But yeah, we caught that. So 80 cents on the dollar was actually going to you instead of more. So at least they got their money back for that. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to these bonuses and stuff to try to incentivize you to do certain things, like getting a car that may cost 20% more than an ICE counterpart, that's something you really got to consider and really take advantage of when the bonus is available. But how quick is that bonus going to go away? You don't know, especially if it's something that you just decided, I'm going to go get an EV now, and then poof, that goes away.
Well, you have no control in this business. Once drivers figure that out, they can adjust their costs to the lowest possible denominator without getting kicked off the platform. Look, man, the way the pay is these days, hopefully with this more balanced markets, you guys will start seeing surge and whatever, not again. But the way the pay is, you got to drive the proper car. I mean, don't go buy a new car to do a rideshare. It's the most idiotic thing I've ever heard, ever. So, I mean, you're going to eat so much on that depreciation the first couple of years after you put 100,000 miles on that car. What's the point? Just go buy a used car, beat the crap out of it, mostly depreciate it, and then go get another one. It's like changing socks. So, because these companies can do whatever they want. How many times we talked about people not being able to do comfort now? How many times we've talked about people not being able to do black? They changed the lists. They changed this. They changed that. You're at their mercy. So you just drive the car that belongs on a, that this has 4 wheels and a decent car. until the doors fall off, and then you go get another one of those, because that's where the game is
A
at.
nice hybrid, a nice
Yeah.
like Toyota Camry hybrid, Toyota Prius hybrid. Any of those cars, they're going to get you a fantastic. They're cheaper. They're going to give you some good gas mileage. Maintenance isn't too bad on them. So
Yeah, no, I agree.
those cars were always great, to start with. When Uber was really becoming popular and expanding throughout just the country 10 years ago. And, there's still great cars even into today. And they never got the incentivization as, EVs pushed did.
I just got a text actually from somebody at the office. It reads, illegal immigrant Uber Eats accused of raping woman in the UK. So now they're going after it. There you go. Yeah. We need to make sure every driver that's on these platforms is vetted properly, background checked properly. You guys are on the right track, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. You guys got to keep it up, because safety for the driver and safety for the consumer is the utmost important. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, one of the other big things too that I was really surprised at is when I was doing the video and talking to Luis and Steve, when they were reporting this, when they ordered, Uber Eats was actually just saying, okay, oh, I'm sorry, we'll refund you the order and then give you a coupon on top of for your next order. And it's like, how often can you actually do that before it's going to dip into your profits? Because a lot of people have Ring cameras. A lot of people have cameras set up that aren't just Ring cameras, but inside their house or something like that, and recording what's going on, because you never know what happens. I mean, we got the Amazon porch pirates that were going on. You got all these different things that are happening. So having somebody pop up that's not the person that's supposed to be delivering the food, and then paying for the entire meal plus giving a coupon for the next order, which may or may not likely be that you have to get another refund on that order again.
Yeah.
So how sustainable is that on top of it? So I think it's just this big giant storm that's coming together, and it's finally hopefully getting solved.
Yep, I agree with you 100%.
All right, with that being said, let's move on. Let's talk about Washington, what lawmakers are trying to do, where they want to cap surge pricing after
Gotta
events.
love Washington State. Gotta love Washington State. They're just biggest thorn on Uber's side, Lyft's side, DoorDash's side. Got to love. And we had it was very popular. Go back, check it out, people. I forgot his name, sorry. But last week or 2 weeks ago, we did a Washington State driver. Happy as a clam, driving for $1.59 and 65 cents a mile. It's like,
oh yeah.
It's like, what are people complaining about? I don't understand.
I love it.
But anyway, so Washington State. So as we know, 2026, big event in the US and Canada and Mexico. What is it? Huh? World Cup coming up. Huge. So a lot of games are going to be played in Seattle. So now Seattle City Council is looking into doing some work. Lawmakers take aim at Uber Lyft with bill targeting surge pricing after big events. I'm going to try to get her on the show. Emily Alvarado, Senate Bill 5600. She's sponsoring a measure being considered by Washington state lawmakers that would limit how Uber, Lyft, and other transportation companies split fares with drivers after large events in an attempt to curb surge pricing.
Winning.
Now, I'm telling you, man, Washington State has this shit down.
Well,
everything drivers want
the thing that is going on with Washington State is the fact that they have the drivers that are there that are talking and raising up the issues. So then when they bring these into bills, they actually know what they're talking about. So we all know how the Uber algorithm for pricing works. When it comes to the driver's side, you're getting a flat rate surge. That could be $2, $3, $5, $10, maybe $20. Who knows? When it comes to large events, you might see 20, you might see 25, but that's really it. When it comes to the passenger side, they're still using the multiplier. So if that ride that they would have normally taken would be, let's say, base $10, with surge at 5x, that ride becomes $50. But if they're offering you that same $10 ride, let's say they're giving you $6 of that plus $4 on top of that, you're only making $10. They're making $40 because of the difference between that. So when you know those little quirks, that's how you can actually bring laws that'll actually bring surge pricing in line with what the driver is supposed to be making versus these wild algorithms that
because
be 4, 5, 6 times the amount that they are.
Yep, you correctly stated. On the back end, it's always the multiplier, and the front end for the driver is always a sticky. And so the law would restrict fares to 120% of what the driver is earning for a ride. For example, if a consumer paid a surge price of $100 for the trip, the company's share would be limited to 17, with the driver earning 83 in that scenario. Lovely. Next screenshot, and there's more.
No. You missed a very big point. The rule does not apply to tips.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no.
Tips are again on top of anything, which is what it's supposed to be.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And then that's her. I emailed her office, but we'll see what happens. Emily Alvarado. So a prime motivation for the proposal is the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Yes, which will include 6 matches played in Seattle in June and July, and is expected to draw roughly 750,000 people around the world. We're passing a number of pieces of legislation to help prepare for the World Cup. Okay, cool. And this is an important piece. So other provisions of the legislation, Chris, look at this one now. Local jurisdictions are allowed to create zones where ride-hailing companies can safely pick up riders during large-scale events. Wonderful.
Which should be done.
Absolutely. It should be easily done, but we know it's not that easily done in Uber and Lyft's case when the geofence shit. Now, look at this one. The ride-hailing companies must provide a digital receipt to riders disclosing the amount that is paid to the driver, in addition to other details about the ride cost. Does that ring a bell? Does that look like the
Colorado right there for you?
Yeah. So, and last but not least, the surge price cap would only apply to rides associated with large-scale events. Cool. So Uber should not be complaining about this, which are defined as outdoor venues with 10,000 or more attendees, or indoor venues with 1,000 more attendees. So Zahib Arab, who I've met at Curbivore last year, who is an Uber employee from San Francisco, maybe he'll be there again this year, and Johnson said that it will be too difficult to determine which games and concerts will hit the large-scale event threshold and trigger the cap under the proposed legislation. It won't be that difficult. You're just saying that because we're just saying, you can't charge 6x on the back and pay the driver $4. That's what basically comes down to. So, yeah, I like it. I like this. Seattle, Washington State, thumbs up.
The thing though is this looks, the way it's worded and put in as a bill, it looks like this is more of a surge capping for the company's bill, but the digital receipt to riders. Now, my question is that going to be for every single ride, or is this going to be when it hits those thresholds of the 10,000 or 1,000?
Good
That's
question.
what I want to know, because I think that the way it looks, I'd have to actually look at the bill. So I might have to TLDR that with ChatGPT. But I might have to check that out and see if that would be for every ride, because that could be like a little toss in and say, oh yeah, we're going to do this too. But we're going to really focus on the surge side of things.
Well, since in Colorado, Uber sued, but they got defeated because that's exactly what was happening in Colorado.
That's case law.
Yeah, and that's law. Okay, so are you here, Tony, the beard? What happened to my trip, bro? I'm still waiting for you to do a trip and send me the rider receipt to see if Uber is giving you detailed information about what your driver made, because each offense is punishable by $1,000. Tony, I need that receipt, Tony, or whoever it is in Denver right now. Please do a trip as a rider. Do a short trip, $5, $10. I'll even Venmo you for it. Just send me that receipt. I want to see if Uber and Lyft are adhering to the transparency law that kicked in February 1st. So,
Dun, dun, dun. I don't know, but let's move on. Let's talk about Uber's CEO supporting no tips on taxes.
Of course.
Or no taxes on tips. I wonder why. I wonder why
too. What do you think it is?
Oh, it's
We
great.
can pay you
because,
less. We can pay you less.
We can pay you less, and it'll really help our earners out there make more money because they don't have to pay taxes on those tips, which will be really nice and good for them. And it doesn't mean any goddamn thing to Uber or Uber's pockets because tips are going right to the driver anyway, supposedly, or allegedly.
Supposedly, yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, supposedly, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's we think it's a terrific idea, and we'll be very, very supportive. Oh shit, you can't. Why wouldn't you?
I love it. I love that idea. I mean, but then as rideshare drivers, some of us get tipped a lot, some of us don't. But no, I think it's a cool idea, and President Trump said this during the campaign, right? I mean, the President Trump is pretty much doing what he said he was going to do during the campaign. I mean, I don't think
except for that, those lists haven't come out yet. What the heck? I'm waiting for those lists to come out.
You're waiting for the JFK and MLK files? Is that what you're waiting for?
Oh, the island files, all of them.
Island files, island boys. Yeah. Yeah. So CEO Dara Khosrowshahi said on Friday that both he and the ride-hailing firm are supportive of U.S. President Donald Trump's initiative. Of course, Dara. Why wouldn't you be? That way, your data analysts will figure out for each driver how much tips they're earning, and then you'll figure out the taxes those drivers are supposed to pay on those tips, and then lower the base fare some more. That's what I think.
Well, that is very possible, or they could throttle them to make only a certain amount per hour. So that's what is a real possibility there. But hey, if things are turning the tide and driver supply is starting to balance the marketplace, something like that may not be able to actually happen because they're going to have to offer something to make sure that drivers are out, because their whole goal was to have a driver within 5 minutes of picking you up when you order a ride.
I hear that the AR problem is still a massive problem at Uber and Lyft. And now it's going to get worse because there's nobody to pick up those fucking $3 trips because we're at the end at the Facts and Funnies, we're going to show some of my good work. I'm going like, what the F is going on? But anyway, so
well, you know what? Honestly, I think this is just a fluff piece for Uber to get out there and say, yeah, we support this and make it seem like it's better. But in actuality, it has zero impact on Uber, how they operate, or anything of the sorts. This is all 100% on the drivers. This is all 100% on the delivery drivers. And they're the ones who want no taxes on tips because they're the ones who are actually getting tipped.
They're the ones, according to the Gridwise segue or what do you call those things? Setup. Is that what you call it? Next week, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ryan. I forgot his last name. Greaves. Sorry. Ryan Greaves from Gridwise, the CEO of Gridwise, which put out that 2024 report that substantiated everything we have been saying, and Mr. Len Sherman, the Professor Len Sherman, has been writing about for the last year. That means riders are paying more, drivers are making less. He will be on the show next week. Tune in.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
You bet.
Actually, I think it's going to be Uber's going to watch that one?
You think Uber's going to watch that one? Yeah.
What?
You think Uber's going to watch that one?
Probably. I mean, they watch them all. I think Gridwise is going to be a Herbivore, right?
Yes, they're a sponsor.
Speaking of, there's going to be a Herbivore.
Right, have you done your shit on have you done your shit yet for Herbivore reservation?
No. Harry just confirmed it.
We need to.
No, he just confirmed it.
We need to settle this. We need to finish this.
No, it's confirmed.
Okay, no, it's confirmed. We need to finish. Get your ticket. Get your hotel.
I'm also doing my emails, and Harry sent an email saying, "Hey, So I said,
Yeah,
okay.
well, get your ticket
So
then. Do your shit. So,
it's a definite.
first time in 4 years, Chris is coming to Curbivore. Next week we'll announce that we'll both have our own codes. Is that a code? Promo code, whatever it is, for drivers. We would like every single driver who can show up at Curbivore. I mean, literally like a free ticket you're getting. Okay, free, great food, drinks, coffee, dessert, whatever it is. Come hang out with us. I'm sure we're gonna do some live streams there. Participate, whatever. And I'm gonna meet Chris in person, first time in fucking
First
I don't know how
time,
many
yeah.
years. Yeah. So
Almost 3 years.
were you talking about tips on deliveries, bro? Is that what you were saying? Tips on
Oh,
deliveries?
yeah. Speaking of tips on deliveries in New York
Oh.
State, thank you. New York State, DoorDash has to pay delivery workers $17 million for using tips to cover wages, aka
Cheater.
stealing tips.
Cheater, pants on fire. Bro, this has been going on. And you know what? I tweeted this, and a lot of people are so frustrated with these things. Okay, Chris, this is $17 million, 60,000 drivers. Average driver is going to get like $280 out of this, okay? Except that this is 6 years later, bro. 6 years later. You know, this is like what DoorDash was doing, you know, is so let's say a customer, let's say the delivery is $10, but the customer tipped $5. What DoorDash would do is they would take the $5, apply it towards the 10, as opposed to the tip being separate and above the base fare. So they got caught. But 6 years later, do you know how many 10x DoorDash has made that money back to come to this agreement 6 years later? Legislators, AGs, FTC, the CPUC, DOJ, DOL, DOD.
DOGE.
Please watch us. We have been saying these things as they are happening. Just all you have to do is just watch an episode or two. You'll figure out what's happening. So we don't have to, so drivers don't, you know, the other thing is I'm thinking, what's the average lifespan? I mean, not literal, 8 months or less, or 6 months on apps, right? Most of these people from 2017, 2019, they're probably not even on DoorDash anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're already gone probably. So yes, kudos to the AG. I think it's Letitia James, right?
Yeah.
Kudos to her busting cheaters. But all I know is 6 years later, and they always do this. 6 years later, while DoorDash has recouped this 17 million times 10, right? And DoorDash says, we don't do that anymore. We changed our, ways. Bro, for each time I get an email that says, I think Uber is stealing tips. Uber Eats is stealing tips, or rideshare tips are not showing up. We can't prove it. I know we can't, but where there's no smoke, there's no fire. So this, I'm pretty sure this is still happening today in different variations. But yeah, man, I'm so tired of these companies. 160 billion company on Uber, 80 billion on DoorDash, and they have to stoop to this shit to do this. And this is written in the algo to cheat like this. This is not just an accident. 2 years it happened. It's written in the algo by some schmuck. So stop it. Pay the people what they deserve, man.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, it's a little slap on the wrist, but at least it's something that drivers are going to get back. The thing, though, I think they should be doing is saying, no, drivers should get all of that back.
Oh, shit.
So no matter how much it was, that they could just go back and figure out and say, oh, well, you screw drivers out of $114 million. That $114 million is going back to those drivers, not a $17 million little fine.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, at least it's going back. At least it's going to the drivers. That's good.
I mean, look, it's something, but 6 years ago it's $230. With inflation today, it's like $30. So, anyway, look, all I'm saying is the companies do this on purpose. While it's happening, we know it's happening. Just listen to us, man. We have the drivers, delivery and rideshare drivers' eyes and ears. We know exactly what's happening, right? EV shaving and all this other shit, the algorithmic discrimination. Just listen to us for a little bit. We'll guide you in the right direction. These settlements will come quicker.
All right. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about Pew Pews. And Uber with Pew Pews is coming for LA, which is kind of surprising because California is one of the most gun restrictive states in the union, following New York State and Illinois. So I'm kind of surprised that this is actually launching in LA, but pretty cool.
But this is like a protection service, and the app's name is the Protector. So, there is another one, Black. What was it, Chris? Black.
I don't remember. We talked about it a few months ago.
No, it's something black something black.
I don't remember.
It's not Black Swan, because market's been going down every day. So I'm thinking of Black Swan now, but no, it's not Black Swan. Okay, if people, you can remember this Black, whatever. Anyway, so there is a similar version of this around the country. But now LA is launching Uber with guns. The app is called the Protector. In Los Angeles, New York City this week as well. The Protector app. The app, as of Thursday, was available only in Los Angeles and New York City. When booking, you can select the amount of protectors. So this is basically like a bodyguard service. Uber for bodyguard services, let's say, right? How many you want inside your ride? You can choose their dress code between 4 options: business formal, traditional suit, business casual, lighter suit, blah, blah, blah. You can select as many as 3 vehicles to be included in your motorcade. I mean, this is some serious shit, bro.
Nice. You can have a whole entourage.
Yeah, man. This is like a presidential motorcade. I mean, hell, yeah. I wonder how much it is, though. I think I saw. Oh, there it is.
Well, right here, with one passenger requesting a single Cadillac Escalade with 1 protector, scheduling a pickup at KTLA's Hollywood newsroom at 6 p.m. on Saturday would cost $1,000. It would offer 5 hours of protection, which is the minimum amount of time that can be selected.
Oh, that's like limos. Yeah.
Yep.
Black Wolf. There you go, William Arezzo. Thank you. Black
I like
Wolf,
it.
yeah.
You can do a traditional suit, a light suit without a tie, or a polo shirt with tactical pants and shoes, or full-on SWAT attire. Wow.
Jesus freaking Christ. What the hell's going on?
What about
watch every drug dealer in LA use the service now.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, holy shit. Man, I love this idea. Holy
I'm
crap.
not sure about this idea. I don't know about that.
I love it.
Anyway, so if you do have money to splurge and you need a motorcade with guns and suits and whatever,
I just want to know, are these protectors?
Protector
I want to know the training that these protectors have to go through when it comes to protecting. Or are they just standing there to make it look like something?
I'm sure they're all current ex-cops.
For sure.
Cops. Yeah,
probably ex-military, to be honest.
So there's a minimum of 5 hours, $1,000. So that's $200 an hour. Okay, well, it's not bad. I mean,
it's not bad for one.
You guys putting his life on the line for you. I mean, shit.
Now, here's the question: does the 1 protector equal the driver?
Good question.
Or is that in addition to the driver?
Probably
That's what I got
the driver. Probably the driver.
I don't know. You know what? When I go to Herbivore, I'm going to have an entourage. I'm going to have 3 Escalades with 8 protectors all around me.
I'm going to pick you up in a Waymo.
I'm going to be like, Dara, what up?
We're going to show up in a Waymo to Herbivore. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, right.
Pick you up in a Waymo. I'm telling you, bro, I don't give a shit. I'm going to kidnap your ass and put you in a Waymo. We're doing that.
I'll walk there.
No, it's okay. It's okay. One way or another, we're getting in the Waymo. Okay. Let's go to the next one. That was I know you laughed your ass off on something I sent you. Not this one. This is nothing to laugh at. So good old Harry.
Actually, it could be, depending on how you like Mark Cuban or not.
No, Mark Cuban invested because he listened to his daughter, who happens to be going to college, and his daughter uses Fetty quite a bit. It's a group rideshare thing, right? Fetty doesn't own the cars. If you have like a van like this, not minivan, what are these called? I don't know.
Those are like express vans, but
express vans. If you have it, it's up to 15, 16 people, and then they split the fare. Like, it's best for, that's why they went to college towns first, but now they're growing. They're growing pretty quickly. And Mark Cuban listened to his daughter and invested in the company, $7.5 million seed round. Seed round is pretty far advanced, so this company is going places now. And out of all people, Harry Campbell is an early investor in this company. So, meaning if this company goes all the way through public, Harry's going to have boku bucks, Chris.
Oh, maybe we can get pay raises then.
Yeah, that time for a raise. So since I know that, and Harry, this is actually from a paper, but then Harry actually put this in LinkedIn. He goes, I was like, I'm an early investor. I'm like, okay, cool, Harry. We'll talk about that. But no, Fetty, I don't think they're in LA. But I know they're in Austin. They're in multiple bunch of cities, and they cater to the college crowd mostly. But I think it's a brilliant idea.
Mhm. I
Share
think they
the
should
tip.
do. They should probably look at doing like large tourist areas too, where you
Probably.
have groups of people, or like probably NOLA or what was it?
Yeah.
Where anywhere where you launch boats.
Well,
Those would probably do pretty well too.
Biloxi, any casino areas in Vegas, maybe, they'll all
Yep.
do well. Were we talking about amusement parks? Did you put that in there about Disney?
Oh yeah. We'll talk about that in a little
Yeah,
bit.
we're coming up on that one.
We
Oh,
got
this
this
is
first.
so out of curiosity, I turned my app on the other day. I swear to God, these are the only two I got. Okay. Cash or trash, people. Look where we are.
Ooh.
One on the left, 303. I'm laughing. Has multiple stops for 303 people. Okay.
God damn.
303.
Oh, you're not getting paid for those couple of minutes either.
First 2 minutes, I ain't getting paid either. And the one on the right, $3, 4 minutes, 8-minute total. Okay, so 8 minutes total. So how many 8 minutes are in 60 minutes?
Not that many.
Seven times 3 is what? Prop 22. Prop 22 is 21. 7 times 3 is 21.
Boom.
That's where we're getting paid. The one on the left, now, I am sure, and that came to me as an exclusive. Okay?
Ooh.
I while I'm taking the screenshot, I was like laughing. I mean, if I was that writer, I wouldn't put the multiple stops there. I would just order the chip, get in, and then add the chip because, sir, madam, whoever you are, probably a student, because I was on Zelza, there's CSUN there. Nobody in their right mind will pick this chip up after seeing multiple stops for 303. Nobody.
Oh yeah.
And this is the second week is happening. So now people are getting used to this, Chris. Do you think this is from Lyft? Verified. Okay, check mark.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's a real name?
No, that's definitely not a real name. And for those who are just listening, there's a Lyft screenshot for a ride find, which is like Trip Radar. And the name is verified, as you said, with a 4.9 star rating, named The Criminal in Your Backseat.
Would you guys pick this guy up?
Nope.
I mean, $11.
I mean,
let's say, okay, chip. Let's say, I guess, whatever. So the criminal in your backseat, Lyft. We had stopped doing this because you guys doing the verification now, both Uber and Lyft and whatever, right? So I guess we have to do these again, Chris. Okay, if you guys run into this, and if this is verified on Uber or Lyft, and it's some ridiculous name like this, please send it to me, Sergio@therideshareguy.com.
Yeah, we'll bring
the
it back
criminal
on.
in your back seat, and the guy made sure it's written perfectly well. He capitalized the starting letters. Very professionally done.
Oh man.
Yeah, criminal in my back seat. No, sir. You will not be in my back seat. In your
Not in my back seat.
Yeah.
And then moving on,
finally,
Disney infuriates customers more with surge pricing strategy. Here's the thing, though.
this.
Haven't they been really kind of doing that already? they've had peak times
Well,
and
not in California. Not in California.
I don't know. I thought that they did.
No, they did it. No, they have been doing it
Here's
in
the
two
Here's
markets.
the
They
best
have
part.
been doing
Here's
it
the
in two
best part.
markets.
So this is the best part. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna make it so it's cheaper for people at times. But the thing is, they're gonna do higher pricing during
frig?
peak times, so it means that the
No.
more people that are there are gonna have to pay more.
Okay, I'm boycotting Disney.
Bullshit.
There you go. Just like I boycotted Wendy's.
Wendy's, yep.
Bro,
F
burger
Disney.
prices should not be dynamic.
Nope.
Okay. And Mickey Mouse should not be dynamic either. Mr. Iger, that's the guy that Elon Musk said F you on the stage,
Hey.
by the way. That's that dude.
Whoa, there's one piece of good news that came out of Disney though.
What's
Kathleen
that?
Kennedy is fired.
What?
Kathleen Kennedy is fired.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That is some good news out of
that guy
Disney.
should be fired right there.
Bob
Bro,
Iger? Yeah, well,
bro, people save all year to go
100%.
to goddamn Disneyland and a family vacation. You're going to jack the price up right when they just, I'm telling you, bro, this is the Uberization of America.
Yep.
Seriously.
and the only
is
way it's
bullshit.
going to stop is if people actually say no, not
Boycott
going to happen.
Disney. F that. I'm like,
I
bro,
agree with you there.
inflation
100%.
inflation is through the roof. People are already suffering. And now these greedy POS companies come around and go, oh, there's no ticket. You know what they're going to do, right? There's no ticket agency now, no ticket agents. You know what I'm saying? So they're just going to have this kiosk and prices are just going to keep fluctuating. I go like, what the hell's going on? No, man.
Yeah.
No. Bullshit. I call that. Mr. Iger, Elon was right. Come talk to me. There you go. Anyway. So, all right.
All right.
Corner,
Well,
we're here.
Yep. I just put on for the link for StreamYard if you'd like to come on and talk about what you like better, what app you like better, and why. Uber versus Lyft. I'm sure there's probably going to be quite a few statements that can be said there. So, yes, we're going to take 3 people. We're going to go through, do our super chats, and member that I saw come in a couple of different things that were highlighted. So, between that, so you got a few minutes to come on. But yeah, we're looking for 3 people to come on. Talk about Uber versus Lyft, which one you like better. Here's a huge disclaimer. If you're going to come on and not talk about the topic that we are talking about, and you're going to try to say something about something completely different, like last week, I will boot your ass immediately and have no problem doing it and laugh on the way out. So with that being said, the topic is the topic. If you start going off topic because you want to plug something else, goodbye, your band. You can go to eternal hell for all I care. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I'm going to answer this question. You guys are way too much pro Musk and Trump. No, we are not. We're for justice. Are you okay with Disneyland or Wendy's having dynamic pricing on your burgers and Mickey Mouse? What does it have to do with Trump or Musk? No.
Everything's got to be political, man. Everything.
No. Come to the show. Grab the link, bro. Who are you? Let me see. Renee Wolf. Come, grab the link right there. Right there. No, man. We're not pro Trump.
I'm pro winning.
Are you okay with like illegals bringing your own food and knowing your entry code to your compound, to your apartment? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I'm all for immigration. I'm an immigrant. I'm an immigrant. What the hell? Whatever. So, all right. Well, come on. You guys have like 5 minutes to come on. Otherwise, I'm out of here.
All right. Go Gig It, member for 16 months. Hello. Thank you. Appreciate that. James, what we were talking about, anyone notice things are getting better now that illegals are being kicked off and deported? Yep. When we talked about that, things are definitely making some differences there.
Yes.
Can anyone explain how Uber's acceptance rate works? It doesn't count every accepted ride, but it does count every declined ride. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like this magical thing that nobody knows really what it is. So
broken.
Unfortunately, they say it's based on the last X amount of rides, but we all know that's not
last
really
100
true.
now. Last 100.
Yeah,
last
we
time
all
I
know
checked,
that's
it was last
not really true.
No, but I do see that in my app too. Like, you know, like you'll accept like 10 in a row, and then you like decline 2, and then the number goes down. I'm like, what the hell? What kind of math is this? Fuzzy muzzy bullshit math. That's typical Uber math.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the ratings. It doesn't really make
ratings
that much sense.
Well, I'm telling you, my rating screen has been so broken, bro. I still have I'm at 496. I still have the same damn goddamn rating. 3 4 stars, 2 3 stars, 2 1 stars. Bro, I've definitely done 500 trips since those days. What the hell? It's definitely
Yeah,
broken.
who knows?
That shit's for sure broken.
All right. Search Sniper
Good.
says, on average, I'm forced to confirm my account with a selfie at least 6 to
Good.
8 times daily. Yeah,
Good.
I mean, it's
Good.
definitely annoying, but hey, if it's going to keep things busy for everybody, then I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with
I
that.
mean,
too.
it's definitely annoying, but there was a post that I had made on X where it was a girl who was doing the selfie verification, flipping off the camera, and it got approved.
Yeah, man. No,
Did you
I
see
like
that one?
I have no problem. Selfie,
Yeah.
no problem. Zero, no problem. All right.
D.
Vicky's here.
Grandison says Lyft seems to have more transparency regarding pay. To a point, yeah.
Yeah, how do you say that with the 70-30 hocus pocus guarantee thing going on? I don't know.
I mean, to a point, they have more transparency overall.
Yes,
in
actually,
the app,
they do.
but not. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say more in pay. I would just say in the app overall, and then maybe like if you're looking at your breakdowns, it's definitely a little bit different.
Yeah.
So there is that possibility if that's what you're talking about. But then
They have that,
EMT.
in a lot of cities, they have that per active hour meter or per dollar mile and meter,
Yep.
right? They show you, so it gives you a little bit of a, whatever.
Yep. An EMT third party using Uber to pick up
Yes.
passengers getting paid a higher rate while drivers still get low pay. That's why you just don't take those rates.
They don't even bother, That's another thing, by the way. If you do a lot of these, I know a lot of drivers do these. They like it for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, you just want to catch a disease or whatever. But that's another reason you should have a dash cam. What if that guy dies in the back seat? I mean, do you know?
It's your fault.
You're liable? Do you know? No, you don't. You don't know shit. You have at least a record of it, and then, hey, I didn't touch this guy, because the family will come after you for sure. But anyway, so go get a Nexar dash cam.
Another one, Lyft took away the EV promos in Vegas, 100 for 50 a week, no longer offered.
Oh, there you go. The Vegas is another one. It's week to week, man. You may get it next week, because Chicago said that to me. Now we add Vegas, number 3. I'll ask actually Lelius if he got it in LA this week. Maybe they're gonna do it like elite drivers. Maybe they're gonna just send it to those guys. I don't know.
Roulette Will, thank you for the super chat. Sent you an email of rides last week. Usually don't send too much stuff though through email. I'm not sure if you did get it correctly. Maybe you can look at it.
I looked at it. That was like okay, Harry has a saying when it comes to these kind of emails. What does Harry say, Chris? When I send him like a long email, TLDR, right?
TLDR.
Okay. What I do now, I look at it, then I kind of prioritize, or I group you, right? Because I have like email groups.
1,000 emails.
Okay, this is about this. This is about this. This is about compartmentalize, and then I'll go at it, and then I'll start picking it. Because I'm behind. I mean, I'm not that far behind, but I'm okay. I respond anyway. So wait for a response, please. Thank you.
The article you referenced from Daily Mail seems to be about Uber accounts in UK, not the US.
Yes, that's true. But also the article on the other one was from the United States, when some person ordered Uber Eats and some lady with a hijab was supposed to bring the food, and some dude showed up. So it cuts both ways. And it's not a coincidence that I got that notification in my app today. They go like, hey, we're going to verify. No problem, sir. Done.
Yep.
I'm all for it. All of it.
Federal government workforce being eliminated and coming to work. Calling
None
it.
of those people are going to work for Uber and Lyft, man. No way.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see.
They're all 6-figure income, man. They're not going to make no money here. They're sitting watching YouTube making 6 figures. Yeah, what are you talking about?
Just seen a 95 Accord with historical plates here in Ohio. Did you know that you can get historical plates for any car that is 25 years or older? Which, guess what? That means any car that is outside of 2000, you can get historical plates for. That means 99.
What are they good for? What does that mean?
Historical plates are, it'll bring down registration costs. It usually brings down insurance costs. So it can do that.
Sorry.
I'm waiting for my car to go historic. I can't wait for
You
25
have
years,
your
baby.
Evo or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2006, so I just got a few more years to go. 31.
Look at the one in the middle.
Yeah. We'll see.
Very
Eldred
creative,
or
sir. Very
appreciate the
creative.
super chat, gouging the riders and scamming the drivers. Bada boom.
Yeah, the Disney, Bob Iger. You're doing the same
Surge.
shit now.
Sniper, thank you for becoming a member.
Boycott
Appreciate
Disney.
that.
Boycott Disney. There you go. That's it.
All right. Well, we got our three drivers on. We got Ricky, the criminal, the criminal behind and
Jesus.
Jeffrey. How you guys
he got
doing?
cut off. Yeah, we didn't boot you, by the way. It's your shit reception. Jeffrey. Okay, Jeffrey is a usual suspect. Good morning. Good afternoon.
I'm the one who actually sent you the screenshot of the criminal behind in the back seat.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah, it was me.
And look at this other dude. This is coming on
And
now.
now you got a criminal behind the wheel.
He's criminal behind the wheel now.
That was me, and then I switched over. I clicked on the link to open the app, and I think
Oh,
it
that
just
was
put my
okay.
name
So
up.
then
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
So you can boot that. That was
I'll
me
take my
trying.
hat off to you because
Okay.
that's very creative right there. That's super fucking creative. I take my hat off to you.
All
sir.
right.
That was a good one. right.
So yes, Ricky, Jeff, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. So let's get right into it. Uber, Lyft. What's your favorite app? Why? And what could be improved on the other one, I guess. And then we can go into whatever.
I like Lyft. Lyft is way better for me because Uber can a little bit, they deactivate real easy out here in Vegas. So I've had a good experience with Lyft. I'm 5-star on Lyft. Haven't had any problems except with the schedules. You'll notice that when the schedules, you'll book a schedule, it'll say in the pay wait, it won't disclose the turbos. And then sometimes when the schedule comes in, if there's a 60% turbo, it'll give you it on top of the schedule, and then sometimes it won't. So it will decide. That's still happening. I got screenshots of all of it.
Bitch.
And I got it on camera, so I got a dash cam in my car too.
What kind of dash cam?
So Vantru N4.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
Good dash cam.
I was gonna get the one that you guys keep promoting, the display ride, but it wasn't 4K. And I remember that other person said that they tried to get a license plate and they couldn't get it. And I was like, you know what? Let me wait till they get 4K with that and then purchase it.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
cameras out here with hit and runs. Vegas is big with hit and runs, so you definitely want to catch a license plate on a camera.
Yeah, you need
sure.
the camera. Regardless.
The Van True should pick it up, but the Nexar that just came, that the one is a 4K. So it'll pretty much do similar to Display Ride with the cloud and all that. So the one camera is a 4K camera. So if you want to check that out, you could go to getnexar.com and check that out. And then Display Ride, I'm not sure if they're going to come out with a 4K model or not. I haven't heard anything from Abdul recently on that. So
I'm gonna talk to Abdul tomorrow, actually. So
I do like the Display Ride setup though, where they have it all to the cloud and everything. The only con was the quality of the picture when I heard that one person, because my camera saved me.
It's not the greatest, but it's not bad. Okay.
Yeah, but it would be beneficial for like inside the car quality as far as like getting your audio and recording for your rides and stuff too. That would be ideal for that, because it would be just send it to your email. Yeah. You know, you could just request it to your email.
All right, so you drive Lyft. You have Uber too, I'm assuming.
They deactivated me, I want to say like 2 years ago. I was 5-star with them too, and all they said was problematic review. That's it. I called the agent on and I have my dash cam in the car, and he said there was nothing that was dramatic or crazy. It was just somebody reported something and it wasn't violent or nothing, but they still wouldn't reactivate me.
Okay, did it happen?
So, did what?
Whatever they're saying, it happened.
They just said problematic review. That's problematic ride. That's all they would tell me. They wouldn't disclose who it was, when it was, or what it was about. They just kept saying problematic report.
Okay,
and I kept trying to get what it was, but they wouldn't tell me.
I can assure you that Uber Lyft don't deactivate on the first shot. You know,
they didn't. They said it was like 4 out of like 5,000 rides. So I had 4 people out of like 5,000 rides. So it wasn't something, but they wouldn't tell me what it was so I could defend myself. So there wasn't much I could do at the time. And when that happened, I didn't have a dash cam, but now that I do, it's a totally different situation with
Yeah,
Lyft. But I haven't had any
absolutely.
problems with Lyft. They're really good with me.
No, they're good, and they have the last 2 years both have better review processes anyway through the app. They didn't have that 2 years ago.
The only problem I would have is the pay, because they've noticed that it's drastically gone down the last year.
On Lyft,
Yeah,
are you full
a
time?
lot. Oh, I've been doing it about 6 years with Lyft, and I think I did 3 years with Uber.
Okay. Like how much would you say has gone down?
Like for an airport ride, for let's say like if I was to go 28 miles and it was 30 minutes to the airport, I would normally make about $28. Now they're trying to pay me $16 to $17. If it's
Wow.
only about 25 miles. Yeah. So if it's 28 miles, it'll fluctuate from, they'll try to pay me 25 all the way down to $17.
Wow.
So I won't, versus it used to always guarantee me if it was 28 miles, it would guarantee me just about the mileage every time, plus tips.
All right. Well,
So it's,
I mean, look, you're on a single app. Do you do other apps like DoorDash and things like that, or no?
yeah, I do other apps. I do like DoorDash, InstaWork, other temp agency apps too. I've done Instacart too. So
Okay. So you're a full-time gig worker. Well, congrats, man. As long as it's working out for you, you know. Cool.
well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome, man. Be safe out there,
All right,
please.
Jeffrey.
Yep, you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
Yep, thanks.
Jeffrey's
Yeah,
All right,
driving.
Jeff.
I am driving. I'm actually in a ride right now. I'm doing a go share. I'm on the 91 East driving
Go share. What's
at
go
a
share?
go
Is that like
share go share. They do a lot of courier type stuff. So I'm taking some parts right now out
Oh,
to
okay.
Menifee. I picked it up in the city of Industry and I'm taking it out to Menifee. It's about a 2 hour drive. I'm making $112. So
Well,
you
how
know,
you buy that? Does it include coming back though?
it doesn't, but I've got Roadie to get me back, and then
Okay.
obviously if I'm desperate,
See?
I'll turn on the Lyft and Uber apps to
Yeah,
see if I get
just flip it
anything
on.
to cover those empty miles. But to answer your question, Chris, so I don't get kicked out of here with your smile. It's, I used to when I used to primarily drive for Lyft at the beginning. This was July of 23. They were killing it. I love to drive for them. We had Lux. I was killing it, 3,000 a week, easy. I'm in the Orange County, California area, just south of Sergio down here, and was killing it. October 18th, they dropped Lux for whatever reason. Their excuse was not enough drivers were using it, and it was created. Oh no, not enough past customers were using Lux, creating excessive downtime for the drivers. So they were eliminating it, which we know
Bullshit.
that's false. What they did was they got rid of it because the drivers were making too much money, and
Yep.
they changed the name to Extra Comfort. They brought it back at a cheaper price per what rate and however they
And
break it
some of
down.
these extra comfort cars, bro, they're not even extra nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously. I'm like, there's no leg room in this thing, man.
Toyota Corolla.
So
Yeah.
the only thing that made it kind of tolerable to drive for Lyft was the $150 a week when I did 50 rides, the EV bonus, which I was on the show about 3 weeks ago and I mentioned that I logged on and all of a sudden now they only want to pay me $100 for 50 rides and I'm like, holy crap, they just cut my bonus by a third,
Yeah.
and so you asked me to send you a follow-up email, which I did. So I don't know if you had a chance to dig into that, see what it was. But I think you guys kind of explained, it's at their discretion if they want to eliminate it or part or all of it. But so
Well,
now, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, and the only really thing I do now is I turn on Uber and I leave it on food delivery and extra comfort. Comfort Electric. Those are the only things that I do. Again, the only time I turn on Lyft now is when I'm out somewhere and I'm gonna probably deadhead, and there might be an outside chance that I'll get a ride that's heading in my direction.
Yeah.
But I've done I'm doing Roadie today and GoShare. I did one Lyft earlier in the morning, and a couple Uber Eats around lunchtime. And I'm gonna finish the day a little over 200, for about 9 or 10 hours worth of work, which feeds right into the Prop 22. Doesn't matter which way you skin it, they're gonna keep you down.
Well, is this company you're just delivering for now? I'm sure it's under Prop 22 as well.
I've seen where there's been they've sent over like a payment for like a difference, to make sure that
Okay.
it got me up. So
Well,
yeah,
on this one, you're making way above the average, so it's like,
yeah.
okay. So
But like I
active
said,
ad,
the ride that I'm doing right now is, it kind of takes all that pressure off of the day because I'm like, I know I'm
yeah.
going to hit my goal for the day. But you guys were talking earlier about the whole, if we were able to name our own pricing, et cetera, we, give the drivers more control. And I dropped in the chat, I said, what's your take on Revo? Have you guys heard of, or?
No, not really, honestly. And we're having, to me, I mean, we get approached by all these companies, right? Like last week we had people try to hijack the show a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and that's why I don't want to
I
hijack the
was
show.
like,
Obviously.
I don't know anything about it, and then they think like we're doing it on purpose or something. I was like, no, I don't know anything about it, and what I know is not that great. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Like
Yeah.
if I don't back it up, I'm not going to put you on. I'm
Well,
like,
no,
you're-
and I won't try to hijack the show or mention anything more about it. I'll send it to you in an email.
No, I heard about it. Vivo rideshare. I think they're in Florida, right? There's
Well, they're nationwide now. They're nationwide
Okay.
as of the new year. They're actually out here in
Look,
California.
with all these companies, Jeffrey, what you have to think is number one, what does the insurance coverage look like? Because you know what you're getting with Uber and Lyft. With its shortcomings, you know what you're getting. That as a driver, I would ask that the first question before I even ask how much can I make and this and that and the commission rates and any of that shit. What kind of insurance coverage are you providing? Because that's important. That really is important, right? So to me, otherwise,
Well, I don't have that answer. I mean, obviously, I need to do my homework a little bit more, and I'll do some research, and see what that is.
Yeah,
But,
we're all welcome,
but
man.
it,
To me,
it has
the more
it
the
has all the
merrier.
benefits.
The more the merrier to me. All welcome, right? The more choices drivers have,
Yeah,
the more
yeah.
choices riders have. All welcome to me. I'm like not against it whatsoever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you be safe, sir, out there. But
Appreciate
at least the package is not going to throw up, ask you for the aux cord and all that.
Well, you might need the aux cord to keep it warm or something. So,
Oh, I don't know what he's carrying. It's probably paint or some shit. I don't know. But
Well,
all right, you have a good one. Be safe out there.
I look forward to you guys' show every week. I appreciate everything you do, and everyone else be safe out there. And hopefully, we'll get this thing turned around sooner than later.
Yeah. All right. Take care now.
Bye, guys.
sounds good. Thanks.
Right. All righty.
All right.
We're done.
What's up?
We're done.
Yeah.
Are we done? Yeah, we're done.
Yeah. So, anything to shout out?
Shout out. Yeah. Shout out to our new sponsor, Nexar. Thank you to Zach Greenberger who showed up and explained the tools of the trade. Look, I'm telling you, I'm excited about this sponsor. Not about every sponsor, but this sponsor I'm absolutely excited about because it's a necessity. You must have it. It's your safety. It's your life. You got to have one. Oh, I forgot to mention that while he was on. Dummy me. So if you're thinking, if the payment is too high, like the top model is $100 off at $249.99. Okay. If you think it's too high, use buy now, pay later service. They have Klarna on their website, so you can break it into 4 payments with no interest. $65 a month. I forgot to say that.
Shabby.
Yes, well, now I'm saying it. So Zach, I don't even think he should have mentioned it too. But long story short, you can use that kind of service. If you're a full-time driver, it comes down to, and if you look at over all years worth of trips, like what does it come down to? Like a nickel a trip or something? Amortization of it,
Something like that. Yeah.
some ridiculous number. Like so, yeah.
Either
Other
way,
than that,
no matter
email
what,
me, Sergio at therideshareguy.com, behind the wheel. Please, I'm really looking forward how the reception is going to be because Crystal was amazing on this interview. Thursday, 8 a.m. Go check out newsletter. Free. I write on it. www.therideshareguy.com. Next week, we have Gridwise CEO, Ryan Greaves on. And that's going to be a good one. And then we're going to start putting out our promo codes for Herbivore. I need drivers
yeah.
there. Are we testing, bro? Are we testing?
I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah, we're gonna put
If it's
that
not
table in the
during
middle of that
during
street, man.
Herbivore itself, I'm gonna be there for a couple of days. So
Yeah. We're gonna put that table in the middle of the street, bro. That's what we're gonna do.
yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
We're just gonna pick one up and do it right there.
Oh, you're under the wire. Should we do it? No, I don't know. Mr. Orlando,
Your call.
Florida.
Your call.
4:57. You got 3 minutes. 5 o'clock. I gotta go. Mr. Orlando, Florida. Show your face. No face?
Hey, you can see me?
No, you're in the complete dark, sir. You got 3 minutes, sir.
Sounds like he's in the car and
Yeah, I'm in the car, fellas. I just wanted to touch bases with y'all about the wait timer not working in the app. I'm a diamond driver, been a diamond driver over a year straight. You call support, they tell you the wait timer is not working. They can't pay you because they have no idea how long you waited. After the third diamond support supervisor, I finally was told they have 2 tickets, the rider's ticket, the driver's ticket. They had to do an audit on my account, go by the driver's ticket, and then after a couple weeks, they ended up sending me almost $900, saying they owe me that for just 30 days. I had to take their word for it. That's what they owe me. But after all this happened, I went to thinking, if you got 50,000 drivers and none of them getting paid the wait time, they all getting told to run around, scam, rebuttal by the support, they put millions of dollars in the bank. That draws interest. They get millions of dollars on top of that. And it's all at the expense of the driver.
So
Now, I'll give y'all the flow.
So they added 30 days worth of wait time for you, and it amounted to $900.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
What
I
do you do? You must
average
really
about 7 on the low. On a bad week, it's about 1,300-1,400, but I average about 17 to 1,850 a week.
Okay. Cool.
And I'm in the lowest paying market. I'm in Orlando, Florida.
Which app do you
It's
prefer
tough.
better?
Which what?
Which app do you prefer better?
Oh, Uber by far.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate
All
it.
right, thank you.
Take care. Be safe out there.
all right. I gotta put this comment up though. Just put a cone on a Waymo to clear the road and then do the test in the middle of the street.
Who's that? Daniel? Yeah, Daniel is brilliant.
Yeah.
Daniel, you got to come
I like
down, right? Daniel is in my finance channel chat group, bro. He's a freaking
Yeah, we'll
data
have
analyst.
to, next week we'll get the it's April 10th or 11th, whatever that Friday is.
11th. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, April 11th. So anybody who's interested, yeah, like Sergio said, the links will be in the notes at that time. So if you guys want to hit up Herbivore and meet us,
good food.
both be there.
Food has not disappointed for 4 years. It's been good food, good drinks, free flowing.
You keep building it up and building it up. So
I've been there for 4 years in a row. Every year the food has been great.
I'm expecting right here, so it better be right here or exceed my expectations now, which is like right up in this range. Because if I get something down here, I'm not going to be too happy.
No. You should, because the providers of food and beverage at Herbivore for 3-4 years now has been excellent. No
Awesome.
letdown on that one. And a good coffee in the mornings. We'll show up early while they're setting up, have a good cup of coffee. I'll have a smoke, and then we'll kick the day off. And we need to plan that though. Once you get your shit together, buy your ticket, book your hotel, then we need to sit down and make a plan. What are we doing? We need drivers. We're going to do live streams. We're going to do, I don't know if Harry's going to put me on a panel like he did last year. We need to all figure this shit out. So we'll see.
Yep. It'll be
Show up
interesting.
where, Sergio.
We'll let you know.
It's Herbivore, but we're going to talk about that next week. So, all right. You all be safe out there. Please stay healthy. Have fun. Have a good attitude. Watch Crystal on Thursday. What a great freaking interview that was today, bro. Usually I don't do it. Ricky, you are on already. That's it. Bye.
Yeah, we're shutting down now. So you guys have a good rest of your day. Go out there and make that money. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.